Guys, how's it going? Ed here, and after another sabbatical, I'm finally back with a fragrance review. Today I'm going to be looking at Modern Leather Eau de Parfum by Aramis. Now, the fragrance was released at the end of September 2017 and comes in a 60ml bottle for £48 and a 110ml bottle for £66. The perfumer behind it is Celine Barrel. She's previously worked on fragrances like CK Into You For Her by Calvin Klein, Signature Story Men by David Beckham, and Vanilla and Anise by Jo Malone. As soon as Modern Leather opens, I get a tiny hint of spice, a blast of a very clean, fresh touch of geranium, and then the leather note starts to evolve. It's not too strong, and there's a sense of cleanliness to it as well. I get additional notes of patchouli and basil that just hover in the background. A small touch of violet leaf keeps the other slight floral and clean elements in check, giving an incredibly soft, aromatic quality to the leather. As the fragrance starts to dry down, that leather note is still reasonably light, soft, with just a touch of patchouli, with some barely there floral and aromatic qualities from the beginning. Overall, it's very tame in the dry down. As it does dry down, it becomes more leather dominant. It still has that sense of freshness to it, with that added element of cleanliness going on too, but there's very little else going on, and that's pretty much it. Personally, I think Modern Leather's a little bit one-dimensional, and maybe a little bit too clean as far as leather fragrances go, for my liking. I see this as more of a starter leather, a beginner's leather fragrance if you were. The fragrance is certainly true to its name and symbolic of current mainstream perfumery. It's light, youthful, reasonably versatile and subtle. Think of this as your first steps towards building a sense of class. Wear this when you're starting to find your place in the world. I feel like it would make for a really good office scent or a semi-formal scent for the autumn and winter. The subtle nature of Modern Leather makes it easy to wear, especially when compared to its perhaps more expensive, darker, more photorealistic brethren on the market. I would definitely recommend this if you're a hardcore fragrance collector, or if you have an emotional connection to the brand, or if you're a designer fragrance lover, or perhaps more importantly, if you want to start exploring leather fragrances without breaking the bank. But avoid if you want a dark, deep, rich leather style of a fragrance. So anyway, final ratings for Modern Leather. Projection. Projection was minimal throughout the entire life of the fragrance, and to be honest, I was a little bit disappointed, as I was hoping for something with a little bit more punch from the first blast. So projection gets a 3 out of 5. Sillage. Sillage was average for the first few hours before really dying down, so the sillage gets a 3 out of 5. Longevity. Despite not being a big projection monster or sillage beast, Modern Leather lasted on my skin for just under 8 hours, which I was reasonably happy with, so longevity gets a 3.5 out of 5. And now for the overall smell. You know what? Despite the lackluster performance, this really isn't a bad little designer leather fragrance. I appreciate the subtlety and the cleanliness and softness. Overall, it's something that I appreciate. With the leather note has been conveyed as friendly. You know, it's tame. It's not sort of animalic or raw or rough, or treacly or buttery. It's okay. It's kind of nice, you know. Yet, this is the very reason why a lot of people are probably going to be turned off and disappointed by Modern Leather. As I said earlier, this fragrance really is symbolic of current mainstream perfumery. I will mention this though, the fragrance does feel rushed. I can't help but feel like there should be 1 or 2 extra notes in there, and maybe with just a little bit more heft overall to the fragrance. It's definitely not a technical masterpiece, but at the same time it's not clumsy or jarring. Having said that, I still enjoyed the fragrance for what it was, which is a subtle, safe designer leather fragrance. So for the overall smell, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. So there you go, that's been my quick little review of Modern Leather Eau de Parfum by Aramis. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Cheers for watching and take care.